Okay, Miss Kennedy. Okay. Um, Honestly, I have a lot to talk about because this book was so dragged out for nothing. Okay, so we're gonna start with the epigraph of the book. And yes, today we're gonna talk about Gold, the fifth book of the Blooded Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. So, we have the epigraph. I have my Kindle here. I'm gonna talk while I'm reading from here. And the epigraph says, and I quote, "When you feel swallowed by the dark, may you become your own light." When I first started the book, like, I was popping, honestly. I was really, really popping because it started so well. And I was waiting for like half a year to finally read this book. And honestly, I had so much expectations that the book didn't really meet, but it's okay. It's completely okay. I myself didn't enjoy it, but I think a lot of people did. So it's okay. It's my opinion. Well, after the epigraph, we have like the map of Oria. That is where all the seven kingdoms are. And we have after that like a rip, an illustration of a rip. I really want to point at that because I really, really think that the illustrations that are in the book are really, really good. And they're so pretty actually. But it was a little bit overwhelming while I was reading the book. No, I think they were good actually. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, yes. So after the illustration of the rape, we have like the chapter one by Aaron. It's her POV, and we have like this girl falling, like narrating how she's falling inside the rape that she fell in the end of Glow, the fourth book. And honestly, this book felt so different from the other books because it's like she changed her writing style, and she just like wrote this strange stairs, phrases thing. I don't know, like it's so escalated. It's so strange. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? And at the end of the chapter one, it's like this kind of steps in a form of words. Yes, and it says this is what it feels like to. And then we have like a full illustration in the next page, and have it's all dark like some like falling stars, I think so. And it says fall, and I was like, slay, honestly. And then the second chapter we have like a Sarah Tarley POE, and I really, really, really enjoyed that chapter because it was I was like, oh, so we finally have some explanation about what this girl really was. And things from here became so bad. I'm so sorry, Raven Kennedy, but no, this book wasn't it, honestly. Like we have like okay, from where can I start? There's a lot to talk about. We have like this late chapters that I really enjoyed in them, and the Queen Malina too. But what I don't really enjoy it was like the Auron chapters, and I'm so sad because honestly, she's our main character. Okay, so yes, but it was mostly because this book was more about Queen Malina than Auron and Slade, and we don't even have like a encounter at the end of the book, like just like 600 pages of nothing and a lot of repetitive things. Like, girl, please, why? Why she did that? I don't know. Honestly, this book feels like it isn't even polished or finished. Like the editors were like, okay, just send out this draft and we're just gonna polish it like that. That, or they forced her to change her writing style because this book was so different from the other first 4 books. Like the writing style is so different and so childish. Like it doesn't even make sense. It was like some amateur writer bullshit the book. I don't know. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know what happened to her or why she decided to think that it was a good thing to publish. I don't know. I don't know. There's so much talk. Oh my god, we have like the Osric chapters too. That was so bad for me. It was so boring because boy, he was complaining like for the same shit. Like 4 chapters of the same shit. Like, can you complain about other things? I mean, I know that Risa is dying, but like, chill the fuck out. The same shit. It was so boring and repetitive. It's like I don't have a lot to say about this book, but I think that if she cut a lot of repetitive words and plot, if this have a plot, because I think the only plot that we have was like in the last 100 pages of the book when suddenly we know that Cool is Slade's father. And yes, that's the only true thing about this book. And the way it ends, like why, literally why why she have to make her lose her memory? Like that doesn't even make sense at all. Like now we have like this book that some people said on Goodreads that this looks like the premise of the events that are gonna take place in the 6th book. But like, how is she gonna end this series? Because as far as I know, she said in her Instagram that she was going to publish Goldfinch because the 5th book could fit all the Slade and Auren history, so it was gonna feel rushed if she did it. But honestly, this book feel rushed. Like I don't know. And the end of the book, literally, it's like the end of the Ballad of Never After. I'm gonna make spoilers here, okay? So if you don't wanna hear it, just push forward, okay? So this looks like the end of the Ballad of Never After, when Apollo literally take Evangeline memories away. It looks the fucking same. And I don't know if it's because I read Mockingjay recently, but this book feels like a mix of Mockingjay with whole thing of the Liari Oribi. I don't know if I say it correctly. Think this bird, golden bird symbol, and all the memory loss. It looks like a mix, honestly, like a rebellion taking place. She's going to be the symbol. She didn't want it at first, but she finally did. Like, I don't know. It feels like that. And yes. Oh my god. And then we have like the writing style. I'm gonna talk about it again just because it's so bad and so childish. Like, it doesn't even make sense. For example, in the chapter 24 of Queen Malina, she was fucking with the assassin. That is something that I want to talk about too, because it was so forced that it didn't even make sense for me. Like, why are you making her falling in love with the assassin? It was so cringy reading about them falling in love because it didn't make sense. It was so forced. It was like just because she wanted to make some smooth in the book, and she called them because there wasn't Slade or Auren or Risa or Osric, so she had to make a new couple to fit some smooth in the book. I don't know. Well, we have like in the chapter 24, I'm reading my Kindle. Okay, and she said, it's so funny, this thing. I don't know, because I just highlighted because I find it funny. And they were gonna like go down the mountain in Highville, and she says, I started having formal writing lesson when I was 2. I point out as I watch him rated the saddle. This is Queen Molina saying, this is the chapter 34. And then he says, Zazzin. And I've been writing while stallions very bagged since my cock got hard for the first time. Like, okay. I was louding. Like, it was so fucking funny for no reason. Like, yes, I mean, like, this book was boring, but they have like this kind of funny moments that I enjoyed it. But that's all, honestly. And I don't know how I finished this book because didn't finish it. I got tracked for like 2 weeks to finish this, and I have to like push myself. This Saturday at like 4 a.m. I was like finishing the book, and I was like, finally. And I went like fast as fuck to Goodreads to say what people were saying, and a lot of people were agreeing with me that the book wasn't that good, that the writing style was so strange and different from the other books, that she rushed the book just to bullshit. And I think that she got pushed to it, because at the end of the book and the acknowledgements, she said, writing this book during postpartum with a baby was no easy feat. Just, I think I understand that she was like probably getting so much pressure from her publisher, but honestly, I don't know why her editors didn't thought twice before dropping the book like that. Honestly, like, they could have waited a little bit more. So I don't know, it's like they took the first draft that she sent them and they said, okay, we're gonna publish this. It honestly feels like the first draft of a book, but it's okay, I think. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that she did her best to finish this book, because writing a book isn't easy, and I'm not gonna drag her for this book. I mean, it's her history, but anyways, her editors should have known better before doing this, because even the announcement of the 6th book that is called Goldfinch, and it's coming out August next year, I think so. I don't know, I don't remember well. She's like rushed the announcement. Like, it was like 1 week before I think it was 1 week before the book of Gold was going to came out, and she posted like a reel in her Instagram saying that the story doesn't end here, and then the cover of Goldfinch, and I was like, no way. At first I thought it was like a special edition of Gold or something, but then I was like reading the comments, and all been saying, oh my god, this is gonna be another book, and I was like, no fucking way. I was waiting for half a year just to finish this series, just to another book going to drop out, because she's saying that all the history of Auden Slade could fit in one book. And girl, I don't know what to say anymore. I think I said all that I think about this book. I don't know. Okay, and oh my god, I have something more like highlighted that is so fucking funny, because I don't know, it was like remind me of the meme of bonk, like like the dog and the bonk sound. The chapter 37, and it's with the POV of Slade, and he says, Osterich clocks me in the head so hard my entire body jolts. Fuck. I don't know what, but that was so funny. I even sent this to my friends, and they loved it a lot, because it had no reason being this funny. I don't know, I find it so funny anyways. I don't know if you guys do it too, but girl, it's the fuck in like a cursive when he like clocks his head like bonk. I don't know, it's so funny. Okay, and I don't know how much to talk about, because honestly, I made this podcast like just for complaining about Gold, because just because I read a lot, so I need to complain a lot too. Yes. And I think that's all, honestly. Yes, I think so. I don't know. Like, oh my god, no, wait. Like, the end of the chapter 31 by Auren, her POV. We have like at the end of the chapter, we have like this dual poem, I think. First is from Auren, then it's like an illustration of a rib, and then we have like the poem of Slate, like upside down, because they were like sensing each other, like feeling each other when she relays like her rod from her golden power. And yes, honestly, I think it was iconic that Cool, the one that who was killing Orions in like Anguin, is was actually like Slade's father. But honestly, the ending was so random and so rushed, and I don't know how she gonna end the series after dropping that, honestly. But we'll see. And what I don't really like too is kind of like way of writing she's doing in this book to like making it feel so like poetic. I don't know. It feels so forced because it doesn't look like something that she will do. So it doesn't really look good. And then we have like this ending that she's making like repetitive words. Like I said, she was going for a poetic book, but it didn't really work really well. I don't know, my opinion. And the ending, I'm gonna read it now. It's like, in a way, in a way, in a way. Like she's making like a space between the letters, and then there's like a whole blank page, and it just says, because this is what it feels like. Dot dot dot. To forget. And this is the fucking end. This is the fucking end. And then we have like the Three Queens poems that honestly I don't fucking understand what she's trying to say in these poems. Like in the three first books of the series, I did understand what she was trying to convey, but with the part one and this part two of Three Queens, I don't really understand what she means with this. I don't know. Maybe it's because English isn't my first language, but honestly, I don't think that is a problem because I understand what she's talking about, but I don't understand the meaning of this, like the connection with the book. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. But anyways, yes, I think this is gonna be all for today. And yes, this is my first time actually doing a podcast, so I'm not an expert, but if you guys like it, just download this podcast and put it in your playlist or whenever you want. If you don't want to do it, it's okay too. And yes, probably I'm gonna like upload like more podcasts talking about all the books that I'm gonna read, but I don't know. I'll see. I don't want to have like a sleuth like or like a script when I do my podcast like I did this one, because I want to be spontaneous and honest with what I'm talking about, because it's my way of doing things. Like if I make a script, I'm gonna be trampling my words a lot. So yes, I better do like something like this, so spontaneous, whatever is coming in my mind while I'm talking. And yes, that's all. So thank you so much for listening to this to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Thank you. Bye.